like when women, we as women, when we have our periods going on, and we tend to like have a lot of cravings towards certain food. Some people have this craving
Mm,
to eat a lot of sugar, and some people have a craving to
yeah,
eat a lot of fried food, right? So,
yeah,
is it like what is it? The craving is just unstoppable, uncontrollable, right? So, is it
yeah,
good to like give in into the craving, or should one control oneself and like not really, avoid
yeah.
junk? Hi guys. So in today's episode, we have Chinmay with us, who is professionally a nutritionist, right? So let's just get started with the video and stay tuned and watch the complete video for some really amazing insights, which are very important for us in a day-to-day life, right? So hi Chinmay, how are you doing
Yeah.
today?
Hi, Bhavna. I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good too. Uh, so let's just get started with the video. And so why don't you like tell us about about yourself and where you studied and how you got into this career in the first place. So give us a short introduction.
Yes, yes, sure. So I'm Chinmay. Um, I am a nutritionist and also a clinical dietitian.
Right.
So this is like a passion for me. So which
Mm-hmm.
I chose. I did my bachelor's and master's in clinical nutrition
Mm-hmm.
from University of Mysore.
Okay.
So um, I wanted to be in a clinical sector and wanted to help with the recent, uh, growing diseases and also the lifestyle disorders, especially.
Right.
So I wanted to mainly uh, work on that sector. So I chose this platform
Mm-hmm.
and this career.
Right.
Yeah, so now currently I'm working as a nutritionist for a another nutritionist who is also a social media influencer.
Right.
And it's like a startup company. Before this,
Okay.
I was working in a hospital,
Mm-hmm.
multi-specialty hospital.
Right.
Yeah, so this is about myself and my career. Yeah.
Okay, understood. So do you want to also like tell us, you just said you're currently working with a startup on like on social media, right? So do you want to
Yeah.
talk about like what the
Yeah.
startup is and what it is called?
Yeah. So it's called Nourish with Sim.
Okay.
Um, so there I'm a nutritionist
Mhm.
and helping people with various lifestyle disorders, and
Mhm.
they come to us with weight management and lifestyle disorders and everything. So um, we just take them up and help them correct their lifestyle, diet, and provide nutritional support.
Mhm.
And yeah, so that's about it. And I also am a budding social media influencer.
Right.
So uh, in in this nutrition sector. So yeah, so that's what I do.
Understood. Got it. So, I mean, in today's world, though, it's become so important, like the diet we eat and, be it maintaining the fitness, it's become so important, right? Because the
Yeah,
number of issues that we have to deal with is just getting more and more. And, like, even when we are very young, we have to, like,
yeah,
we are coming across so many physical conditions and diseases at a very young age, which is like, for which it's very important
yeah,
we have a very good diet, right? So, talking about that, when
yeah.
it comes to women, especially, right, who are like currently going through issues like be it PCOD, be it a severe menstrual cycles and very severe pains during their menstrual cycle, right? So do you think, I mean, diet and nutrition has like a role to play in this? Like can conditions like PCOD be bettered with diet and nutrition? If so, like
Yes, yes.
how?
Of course, yeah, of course, it plays a major role, I
Mm-hmm.
would say,
Mm-hmm.
because that's the root cause.
Right.
So it doesn't start when you are at 20 or 20, 25 years old or 30 years old. It starts from your childhood,
Right.
because the way you eat when you're in your uh, teenage, or when you're around 10 years or 12 years, especially girls. So that's when it actually starts, the childhood obesity, which is also arising in this world right now. So
Mhm.
which leads to over a period, which leads to all these things. I'm not saying that is the only uh, way or only cause of it, but
Right.
also it's one of the major cause for PCOD and PCOS. And of course, people who have good nutrition during their childhood, they can also develop these during their, I mean, 2020s or 30s, or also some people develop these PCOD, PCOS condition even after they reach 40s,
Right.
all these. So
Right.
it doesn't matter what is the timeline. Even a year or few months of inactivity, few months of bad diet can cause any of these issues.
Right.
So yeah, so and also especially when you see the work life or condition we are in,
Mhm.
stress and other factors like inactivity also plays a major role along with diet and
Right.
nutrition.
Right. Got it.
Yeah.
So you just said that, diet is a factor which contributes to these kind of conditions, right? So for all the women who are
Yes.
watching this video, right, who are currently like fighting against PCOD and PCOS,
Yeah.
what kind of changes can they do? Like what kind of foods can they like include in their diet in order to like,
Yeah.
try to like overcome PCOD or PCOS?
Yeah. Yeah. So try not to complicate it. Okay, it's not very complicated, it's just
Mhm.
simple changes that they can make, which can give you like a big difference in your health. Okay,
Right.
for example, whatever you make at home,
Mhm.
we usually make a lot of carb rich foods, right? You
Right.
just by adding some fiber with it, or by adding some protein.
Mhm.
For example, if you take rice along with that, we just add something like sambar or some uh, curry which has very less vegetables, and
Mhm.
we eat it, so we don't even realize if we are eating enough or not. But when you add some
Mhm.
protein sources, a lot of things, um, and make it like your the carb content in your meal, if you reduce it,
Mhm.
and also adding a lot of variety. There are different food groups: vegetables, fruits, cereals, pulses, meat, milk
Right.
products. So when you add a lot of variety from all these food groups, instead of
Mhm.
just making it monotonous like just rice, just
Mhm.
one type of meal,
Right.
then I mean, that is what is the biggest change you can make.
Okay.
It looks very simple, like it's not complicated. You don't have to find some special food or a miracle or something.
Mhm.
It's just simple. These simple changes if you make, and along with that, the activity. Okay,
Right.
not just food, not just like what you take
Mhm.
in your meals.
Mhm.
If you be active as much as possible,
Right.
that also helps in avoiding these issues, or maybe preventing these diseases.
Right.
Yeah, and reducing the processed food. I mean, processed food is not an enemy, because that's the that's the convenience that we find. Instead of starving or being malnourished,
Mhm.
if we get some packed food, it's
Right.
better than that. But that should not be like a excess part in your diet, like just relying on processed food.
Mhm.
So it should be a proper balance, I would say.
Right. Right. Got it. Understood. So again, right, talking about adding fiber or adding protein into your diet. So there is also like a very huge misconception on the type of fats we eat, right? So be it ghee, be it butter, be it milk, be it curd, all of these. So I mean, people are divided when it comes to the opinion of like, is ghee really healthy? Right? So there's a lot of misconception around it. So is ghee really healthy? Does it make you put on weight? Is it like a bad fat? Like, should we avoid it, or is it good for our body? What is it?
Yeah, yeah. So what I would like to add here is
Mhm.
the concept of unhealthy and healthy food. So the categorizing food into unhealthy and healthy, that concept itself is wrong, because
Right.
whatever is in excess, it's actually imbalanced, like which can add up a lot of fat or lot of calories to your body. And if it is imbalanced, that's when you face problems, right?
Right.
So any food, even butter or ghee, if you take, it's a source of fat. That is one thing which you should remember.
Right.
And also there are a few things like micronutrients in it, of course,
Mhm.
like butyric acid, and it helps in improving gut and all. But that should not be like excess part of your diet. So
Right.
if you add it in excess, that adds a lot of saturated fat also, and cause other issues like maybe cardiac issues, or um, like high cholesterol in your body.
Right.
But if you take in limited quantity,
Mhm.
then that is also good. Like even when you take anything,
Mhm.
be it cereals or pulses, even protein, if you take in excess, um, excess in the sense whatever we are taking is very, very, very minimal. Okay, excess in the sense people who take like more than 200 grams of protein and all,
Mhm.
and more than 120 percentage of their body weight.
Right.
So more than that, if they're taking, that is when it actually causes problems. So anything which is in excess, I would say, is a problem. But if you take in moderation,
Mhm.
so I have seen like people add ghee in their coffee and take like one
Right.
tablespoon full of ghee. Along with, we already add fat, a lot of fat in our meals, right? Like when we cook meals, we add oil. Or
Right.
if you use ghee, if you add ghee to make any dishes, like we are
Mhm.
not taking simple dishes. We
Right.
Indian cooking is very elaborate. Like we add a
Right.
lot of things. In
Right.
that itself, there are a lot of fat, and again, you're taking on top of it.
Mhm.
So it becomes excess. So anything in excess is the problem, I would say.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah.
Another thing is that, like when women, we as women, when we have our periods going on, and we tend to like have a lot of cravings towards certain food. Some people have this craving
Mm,
to eat a lot of sugar, and some people have a craving to
yeah.
eat a lot of fried food, right? So,
Yeah.
is it like what is it? The craving is just unstoppable, uncontrollable, right? So is it
Yeah.
good to like give in into the craving, or should one control oneself and like not really you know, avoid
Yeah.
junk?
Yeah. Yeah. So you get craving. Sorry, you get craving when your body thinks that you are under stress. Okay, but it is very common, I would say. Even if you are healthy, you get these cravings. Even if you maintain a healthy lifestyle, still you get the cravings. It's very common because during your periods, your body requires that comfort. We get comfort from food, okay,
Right.
especially the sweets or fried food or something.
Right.
We get that feeling. The feeling of feeling good, or feeling good hormones are released. So that's
Right.
how is the mechanism. Okay,
Mhm.
but it should not be excess where you if you don't eat sweets. I have seen condition where people when they get severe cravings, that they cannot stop at just one chocolate, like two three chocolates, or cannot stop at just one bag of chips. They eat like two three chips. So that we call it as a severe condition. But the normal cravings, it's very common.
Mhm.
No need to worry about it. You just have to make healthy choices. That's it. Instead of getting chips or instead of getting chocolates, get like a low sweet version, like dark chocolates or flavored yogurt that you get. Or even at home, you can find a lot of things like sweets made with dried fruits, like maybe still that is excess calories, but you can at least avoid the combination of this fat and sugar you get when you buy these packed snacks. Okay,
Right.
and what you get, chocolate or ice creams nowadays are not chocolate and ice creams. They are just uh, uh, desserts, I would say,
Mhm.
like which is full of fat and sugar. Okay.
Right.
If you want to have ice cream, like there are brands which also make ice creams,
Mhm.
like the right version, not full of hydrogenated fat,
Right.
like a proper, like with fresh cream. Or you can make at home, or you can even go for dark chocolate, which has less sugar. Or you can go with fruits.
Right.
But of course, it will not help in curbing those cravings.
Mhm.
You
Right.
need something.
Right.
But still, if you adapt yourself,
Mhm.
when you have this minimal cravings, these things work. Okay, but when
Right.
you have excess cravings, then you will have to check your root cause, why it is happening, and why maybe you're stressed, or maybe you didn't take enough nutrition before you get periods, or during
Right.
your ovulation phase or 15 days before you got periods, you didn't take enough food, you were stressed. And when you reach that point, that is when you get that excess cravings. Yeah.
Right. Right. So
And
it's
more than that, the problem nowadays people facing is not cravings,
Mhm.
not getting periods itself is becoming a problem
Exactly.
nowadays
Right.
because of the inactivity and because of
Right.
PCOS and PCOD. Yeah.
Right. I agree. I completely agree. So basically, it's just not your period, your entire menstrual cycle, you'll have to eat well in order to like be well
Yes.
in the period. Right. Understood.
Yeah.
Got it.